briefing for the COVID-19 response in Edo State. Was the technical updates before going to our discussion section.
2 new cases across our laboratories, 1 death. That put our active cases at 631. That gives us 84 cases over 5 days. And these 52 cases were from ISTH laboratory and RDTs deployed around the state. We had a total of 91 discharges. We lost 4 persons. That brings our total active cases to 615. So currently, as of today, ABTH, 16 ISTH. So our total mortality now stands at 86. So far we lost 3 in the past 5 days at Stella Obasanjo Hospital, but we still have 167 on treatment that we are following up. Then surveillance pillar for contact list, 1,646 have been reached. We are still following 386. And we are searching for cases from facility to community. You see facility there is 376, while community is 388. Well, this represents our test positivity weekly. Averagely, we are getting, for the 38 week, 11.7%. While monthly, this for September, end of September, it was 12.2%. So cumulatively in total, since the onset of the pandemic, we have collected over 76,000 samples. We have confirmed 6,486. Our active cases now 615. We have discharged 5,871 have recovered, representing 90.5%. And our updated distribution for vaccinated and unvaccinated. Most importantly, if you look at that community transmission, you are seeing 891. We have collected 716 samples. We lost 5 persons. 130 persons have recovered. And average test positivity is 11.7%. Thank you.
The sample testings are still going on. However, the holiday was actually a factor in the field work that was carried on for the laboratory team. However, we noted significantly that the samples are still coming out with results that are positive, which shows that we still have COVID in our midst. The only good news here is that we have had a downturn in the number of persons in our various facilities. If you look at what we had in Stella Obasanjo, it's quite far below what we used to record there, and even our home-based cases are also reducing in number. But the point is that there are still cases in our state, and we need to pick out those cases and monitor them and possibly isolate them enough for us to return back to normalcy within the state. The vaccination is still ongoing. Also, even though the figure wasn't given out here now, we have had a low turnout for vaccination, for which, even if we were to be coming out of the woods from the COVID pandemic, we need people to be vaccinated so that we don't have another wave coming back here, or a 4th wave, which is a possibility after a wave that has just passed. And the only way we can reduce that and prevent that is to have our persons vaccinated as much as possible. We're also encouraging everyone to still keep applying the preventive measures we have highlighted earlier, by way of wearing our face mask, washing our hands, and also avoiding crowds or crowded locations. But more importantly, people should see the vaccination as not a government venture, because some people feel it's just to possess a card. Some persons have taken their first shot and are withdrawing from coming for the second shot. And that is not the best of things to do, because if you are not fully vaccinated, your immunity will not be as good as is expected. So it will be a false relief to believe that you are now protected fully. That means that person is still going to be at some level of risk higher than for that of the persons who are fully vaccinated. So we encourage people who have had their first shots to please go for their second shots. And those who have not yet been vaccinated, they should please avail themselves of the privilege or the opportunities available in a state where the vaccines are readily accessible and they can even be brought to your doorstep if you want them to. So it's on that note, I want to open the floor again for questions and comments. While noting that the enforcement is looking down in some areas where the enforcement team is supposed to be working. We don't want to believe that it's enforcement fatigue. We are going to correct any of these shortfalls we see in the enforcement that we have observed.
Let me just quickly add the figure for vaccination. As of yesterday, 136,082 persons have had at least one dose of the vaccine. 136,082.
Because what we have observed is that in some areas, once you stay there for a while, you now have a very low turnout of persons coming to vaccinate them because most of the persons who access that route or are in that location have had their first shot, and until they are due for their second shot, even when you stay there from morning to night, you may not even get anybody to come and get vaccinated. While there are some areas where people are actually in need of this vaccine. So what we do, we keep moving on. We move to where we need the people who need the vaccines are located. So that's why we are mobile. Although the field posts are where they are supposed to be, and they are still very active in those locations. For the enforcement, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to call it enforcement fatigue, but I know the press people are our watchdog. If you have any of such information like you have had rightly brought out now, we'll follow up. I also noted that, quite frankly, even with my vaccination card in my pocket, I noticed that I could pass through readily. I didn't want to believe it was true because I assumed that they were now very familiar with my face, being the person leading the team within the secretariat complex there. So maybe that was why I passed. Now, having heard from you, also shows that there's some slowing down. So we'll try and rejig this and make sure that the enforcement team is back on board, while also scaling up to locations where hitherto they've not been enforcing before now. So we'll see what we can do about that. Our own is to get feedbacks, and we use the feedbacks to make corrections and get things done better. Thank you for informing us.